Alright, cool. I guess I'm live for the first time. We'll find out exactly how this works out. Let's see here. I guess I should try going live on whatever the other place is as well. Or, I don't know why I brought that down. That's not necessary. Anyway, my name is Nicholas Swan. I am the founder of ArtBot. Ever since as long as I can remember, I've wanted to make movies. Essentially, hold on a second, I just need to move something over here, apparently. How does that work? Alright, cool. So yeah, my name is Nicholas Swan, founder of ArtBot. I've wanted to make movies for as long as I can remember. I think it all kind of starts with Aladdin way back in the day. I don't know if it was like the first brown protagonist that I'd ever stumbled upon. I don't know if it was kind of in love with Jasmine. Definitely had a bit of a crush on Jasmine. I always thought it was super cool to have a pet tiger. But ultimately, I really think it was Robin Williams and his job at the Genie that really kind of changed my world as far as that goes, and really kind of started my love of movies and wanted me to kind of get kickstarted in that space. I know there was a formative moment when I was a kid and I was watching James Bond movies with my friends. There was a moment where everyone was watching the James Bond movie. Pierce Brosnan was my childhood Bond, and people wanted to be James Bond. All my friends, they were just like, wow, it'd be so cool to be James Bond, be a spy, be a super spy, etc., etc. But I wanted to be Pierce Brosnan. I thought it would just be so cool to be the actor, to act in these movies, kind of do all these cool things, and it would just be a fun time, basically. That was kind of a formative moment where I realized that I kind of had a different relationship with movies than most people. It was something that, I don't know, I was obsessed with like the magic of movies, and that got further enforced when I watched The Matrix, and I really realized that essentially movies can change your life or really change your perspective on the world. And so I decided to pursue that, and so I went to college. One of my degrees was in telecommunications, specializing in video production, but it was really hard. I was surprised to see, rather, how difficult it still was for most people to get started in the movie industry, to get their start. I basically got two main forms of advice. That was to either pack up all my stuff, move out to LA, probably apply to production assistant jobs, and probably run coffee for ages, but ultimately, maybe I would get my special break at some point or another and kind of get a chance. The other option people told me was to find local people to create something with, max out credit cards, maybe just get something kind of thrown together. Then you have to pay to travel around to film festivals. You have to pay to apply to them in the first place, then apply to travel to them. And then maybe if you're very, very lucky and your movie does well at the film festival, you'll get bought up by a Netflix or an HBO or something like that. And that all sounded pretty insane to me. And so I was thinking, like, what is it going to take to make the ideal multimedia platform? How do we go ahead and create something that everyone can use, that will become the best home for creators and their fans, a singular place where people can network and build and do all these things. And I was really surprised to see just the lack of options and how we could maybe improve upon that and start thinking about it in 10 to 20 years. What does that ideal multimedia platform look like? What are we using to all fund our favorite creators? What are we using to support them, to view their content, and how are they going to ultimately monetize their content? And it was something that I figured that doesn't exist right now. I've got a good idea of what it's going to take. Why don't I go ahead and just build it, essentially? And so that's kind of, I'm going to go ahead and turn this around a little bit and see. I don't know if you guys can see this super well, but this is the website that I'm working on. Let's Make a Movie. Essentially what we're trying to do is we're starting off with these 4 movie ideas between Birth of Io, Ninja Cats, Last Human, Saving AI, and you'll be able to vote on your favorite movie idea. And once we kind of settle on a movie idea, we're going to go ahead and make it, essentially. And so you'll be able to vote for your favorite movie idea. Once the movie gets made, once we do successfully make it, we'll go ahead and redistribute all the revenue to the people that help make it happen, essentially. So whether you just wanted to vote on your favorite movie, that was all the involvement you wanted to have, or whether you want to vote on your favorite director, your favorite animators, your favorite voice actors, we'll give you an ability to really make your voice heard on every single aspect of the movie making process. And again, at the end of it all, 100% of the movie is going to go back to the people that help make it happen. So it's one of those things that we believe that this is the future of the creator economy, essentially, and something that I think is inevitable. And why don't we go ahead and do that? And so if anyone has ever wanted to be part of a movie or kind of want to see a behind the scenes aspect of what that's going to look like, just let me know, and reach out. You can join the ArtBot. ArtBot.tv is the website, obviously, and yeah, it'll be cool. We can see what that is like. Let's see here. Sorry. So yeah, interesting time. So this is going to be a new kind of daily diary that I'm going to be creating about essentially what launching the platform is going to be like. How we're going to go ahead and start doing that. I'm trying to figure out how to have TikTok allow me to stream to my desktop, because I plan on doing a lot of screen sharing and stuff like that, and obviously you need some sort of stream key with TikTok, and that's pretty limited at the moment, it seems. And so I'm gonna figure that out. We're also simulcasting through Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, Facebook, just kind of going through all the places and seeing what people like and what people enjoy, and just try to maximize the audience. But first of all, let me get to the movie ideas. These are all kind of my little babies that I've been thinking about for ages. First one is the birth of IO. Again, we've got a Discord, so you can kind of see the Discord a little bit and how that's going. This is where we plan on doing a lot of the communication for the movie making process. And so again, if you're interested in trying to see what that is like, go ahead and join the Discord. You can get an invite through the TikTok. Go to the profile. There's an invite link there. You can also just go to the website ArtBot.tv, and you can find more links there as well. But essentially, first movie idea: the birth of Io, the ArtBot. And so this is our logo character. You can kind of see our little robot character in the logo for TikTok as well. But essentially, the birth of Io, the ArtBot is about a sentient robot born of two junkyard robots. And he travels to Earth after being inspired by movies and helps a girl save her apartment building by putting on a great show. So essentially, this is going to be a bit of it's kind of an example of what we're trying to do as a platform in general. We're trying to use tech as a way to allow artists to more easily pursue their passions. The starving artist, or the idea that there are starving artists, is a bit of a meme, and it's an unfortunate reality, and just it's a struggle for most creatives to earn a living, and I don't think it really needs to be like that. And so we're trying to level the playing field and make it a bit easier. But the idea is that we have Io, our low character ArtBot, who was just kind of born on this trash planet. The idea is that in a couple years time, even though I know this is probably much further in the future, but the humans have been just throwing their trash to the moon, essentially just dumping it on the moon, because there's not enough space for it on Earth. So they're just the moon starts becoming a bit of a landfill, and they start creating all these trash sorting robots where all they do day in, day out is sort the trash. And eventually these two trash sorting robots stumble upon a more advanced kind of sentient robot, and they turn it on, and he's sort of like a newborn baby. He's just kind of excited about the world and experience everything for the first time. Kind of just zooms around and starts quickly realizing that the world is full in color, because initially just kind of starts seeing everything in black and white, but the world is full of color. Discovers music for the first time and becomes obsessed with that, and then finally discovers movies and becomes obsessed with movies, and just falls in love with art in general. He decides that they want to travel to Earth to see more of where art comes from in general, and be inspired by it more, and kind of just experience more of it. And so he travels to Earth. There, I'm thinking New York at the moment. There he kind of befriends a girl who are in these rent-controlled apartments that are on the verge of being demolished, and they're trying to make way for bigger, better apartment buildings, and it's going to price all these people out, and they're going to be displaced from their home, and it's just a big tragedy that's about to befall these people. And so Io, our robot, and this girl, they kind of come up with the idea of, let's put on a big show to save the place. They'll treat it as a bit of a landmark area, and find a way to save the building and prevent it from being demolished for just another skyrise or something like that. And so they get everyone together in the building, and they all come together, and they put on this great show, and they save the building. It's a big happily ever after story. Kind of got some Pixar vibes, you could say. And it should be an exciting story. Again, all these movie ideas I'm about to talk about, they're all kind of my own little babies that I've been thinking about for a long time. Some of them kind of upwards of a decade, but they're not fully fleshed out. So if you join, and if you vote on your favorite movie idea, and if that movie idea is the one that ends up getting chosen, then you'll have some input in deciding what it is, how you want that story to develop. If you have certain visions for it, or if you have certain voice actors that you like more, or certain animation styles that you like more, you'll be able to vote for that and kind of make your voice heard, essentially, and can go towards that direction, or at least put it up to vote and have most people go to that direction. So the next thing, we got Ninja Cats. So the idea behind Ninja Cats is two lifelong friends and apprentice ninja cats take different paths in life after the brutal massacre of their sensei and dojo. And so this is a little bit more gritty than the last one. Kind of a way for not so much Pixar vibes, but still, kind of a little bit more lighthearted animation. And so the idea here is that we have two young ninja cats. They kind of come from different walks of life. One of them, I imagine, comes from like a long line of ninjas where their father and their father before them and their father before them were all ninja cats. And it's just something that they do, that the family does. And so it was always assumed that they were going to follow in the family tradition and become a ninja cat. The other side of things is I'm thinking a bit of an orphan cat, someone who was a bit of a just kind of found in the gutter, a little bit of a struggle, and the sensei of the dojo kind of takes him under his wing and figures out, oh, this is how we're going to this is how we can give you a way to give you purpose, essentially. And so it's like, come to the dojo, it'll be fun, and we'll train you to be a ninja, and we'll give you purpose. And so that is the basis of the Ninja Cats idea, but it all kind of comes to a head when these two ninja cats from different walks of life, and they are enjoying their lives of training to become a ninja. They come back one day and they realize that everyone has been massacred in the dojo, and so it all of a sudden becomes a tough time, and they kind of take different paths of how they want to handle it. One is hell-bent on revenge and really wants to get revenge for the sensei in the dojo and everyone else that was killed. And then the other is just figures out this is time to move on with their life, not be too pressed, and find out different things to do. So again, Ninja Cats, second movie idea. If you like it, you can vote for it. We'll make it once it gets made. We'll send out all the revenue back to the people that help make it happen. So you can start out by just voting on your favorite movie idea, or you could also vote on your favorite director, favorite animation style, favorite voice actors, etc., and kind of vote on every step of the process, and just kind of really get involved. Links both in our profile picture, as well as our profile page rather, and as well as the website ArtBot.tv. But yeah, the third movie idea that you could vote on is The Last Humans. And so this is about, in a post-apocalyptic world that has been overtaken by nature, raiders attack a village, and a brother escapes with his sister as they begin a mission to find a mythical city. And so this happens, I'm thinking, far, far into the future. There's been some sort of apocalyptic event. It's not going to be Mad Max vibes. I feel like it's going to be something more kind of overtaken by nature, so it's going to be very green. Probably going to have some big plants, big animals, whatever, kind of stuff that seems more dangerous now. So it's a bit more wild, and kind of they have this kind of constant fear of just like, the world is dangerous now. Because of nature, and there's things that will eat you or whatever, and so little tribes of humans have kind of carved their way out in this new world. And so the idea is, though, that this brother and sister are a bit of outcasts from this one village that they're staying in because their mother is an outsider. She came from somewhere else, kind of got adopted into the village, and they were kind of raised there. Eventually, raiders attack the village, and so they need to flee. And the last thing their mother says to the brother and sister is, "Head west, go find this mythical city. You're gonna have to go through the scary forest, but at the other side, you'll find a mythical city." And they'll help you out, and she gives them a necklace, be like, show them this, and they'll help you out. So a little bit of child of destiny kind of story. But they make their way, and they kind of begin this trip through the forest, and it's mostly just oh, my light's freaking out. Brother sister adventure kind of survival movie as they head through the forest, and ultimately make it to the other side. And this has got a long story after this moment, where they discover the new mythical city, and the origins of their background, and where they come from, and some child of destiny kind of stuff that goes along. But the first part, this movie bit, is just going to be mostly just a brother and sister on a trek through this post-apocalyptic thick woods where there are dangerous plants and animals trying to get at them, and they make their way through eventually. So again, if you like that idea, want to vote for it, want to see it made, go ahead and visit our website, ArtBot.tv, or you can check a link on our profile page for the direct Discord invite, and you can check out and see what we're doing and vote on your favorite movie idea. And again, all the money that we make from the movie is going to go back to you guys that helped us make it happen. So, last movie idea. And this is the movie idea that I've been thinking about for the longest. My own personal baby that... This movie is 100% going to get made at some point by me, but it's whether or not we choose to make it right now or not. So saving AI, or just saving I, because a little bit of play on words. I means love in both Japanese and Chinese, and I feel like that's just kind of a fun play on words. But essentially, it's in the future, again, sci-fi, kind of cyberpunk world. The world has adopted the metaverse in every aspect of life, and when news leaks that the first true AI is about to be created, the race is on to control it, destroy it, or rescue it. And so the idea here is, I don't know if any of you guys have seen Ghost in the Shell, or even, I guess, The Matrix for that matter, or I know there's another one that I was thinking of, Ready Player One. You kind of have this digital world where everyone's kind of hanging out in the digital world, and I feel like that's just kind of an inevitable step in our future. We're gonna be getting that, and people like calling it the metaverse these days. But I anticipate about half of the movie to kind of take place in this digital world, where people are just going about their lives, doing all sorts of things, shopping, kind of entertainment, getting together with people, socializing. It's all happening online, and we have these sort of kind of imperfect AIs that have been created. You can just think about the AIs and the Alexas of today that you can sort of have a conversation with Alexa. It's not great, but if you can imagine like 10 to 20 years, it's going to be a lot better and probably a lot more seamless. But is it going to be true AI with like a consciousness and stuff like that? Probably not, but we'll see. But the world has a lot of these now, a lot of these kind of beings that sort of seem like they might be real, and we have groups that want to support their rights, and other ones that are just like, no, they're just lines of code, essentially, like they shouldn't have any rights, etc., etc. And our protagonist in the story is going to be an individual, a real human that spends all of his time in the digital world, but he kind of has this ragtag group of band of misfits, essentially, and they're all kind of these imperfect AIs, and their whole purpose is to kind of rescue these people, rescue these AIs that kind of have emotions and stuff like that, and bring them together to just be free, essentially. But news leaks that there's the first true AI that's about to be created, the first like purely digital being created by other digital beings. Everyone seems to think that it's going to be the first sentient true AI, the one that's going to really change the world, another bit of a chosen one kind of type of thing. And as soon as the news breaks of this, the race is on. People want to again, either control it, rescue it, destroy it, all for their own purposes of whatever they feel like would be best. And you have all these competing factions, competing groups of people that want to do whatever they want, essentially. And so our protagonists of the story and their merry band of misfits are going to try to rescue it. Obviously, we're going to have kind of the corporate people that are trying to control it, obviously for monetary gain. And then there's some kind of like terrorist groups that want to destroy it. They're kind of Luddites. They just don't believe in technology in general. They think it's a bit of kind of downward path for humanity in general, and so they're trying to come back from that, and they're trying to destroy it. And so you kind of going to follow these three groups. Obviously, we're going to focus more on the ones trying to rescue the AI, but I'm going to sort of follow three of them and see how their storylines kind of intermingle and stuff like that, and yeah, have a pretty cool story. So again, these are all my babies. These are all my movies that I've been thinking about for ages. Vote for your favorite one, and we're gonna make it. That's what this whole process is about. We're ArtBot.tv. We're trying to be one of the first really royalty crowdfunding platforms, and so what that essentially means is that we want to create a system that allows creators and artists to submit their own crowdfunding campaigns, but also make available a percentage of their future revenue, so that the backers and the people that supported their projects kind of have a way to earn a bit of a return on their investment, essentially. And so in order to kind of get that whole thing launched off, we're kind of launching off with our initial project, which is this Let's Make a Movie campaign, where anyone can vote on your favorite movie idea. Once we kind of settle on a movie idea, you'll be able to vote on basically every aspect of that process. So be able to vote on directors, on voice actors, on script ideas, on animation styles, on concept art, really the whole process. So we're trying to kind of collaboratively build up this community and kind of get people that essentially want to make a movie together. So again, you can visit our Discord, which is there's a link in our profile picture, or profile page rather. You can visit artbot.tv, get an invite there, and yeah, we're gonna get started in building this community and trying to get a movie made, get an animated movie made, which should be fun times. My passion, again, I know we got some new people in here that haven't been around, but I've wanted to make movies for as long as I can remember. It all kind of started off with Aladdin. Aladdin was the first movie that I really fell in love with and was something that I was really obsessed about. And I really think it came down to Robin Williams as the genie who really sold me on movies, and I was just like, I love this, and Robin was so cool and all that stuff. And there was a formative moment when I was watching James Bond movies with my friends. Pierce Brosnan was my Bond at the time, and essentially all my friends wanted to be James Bond, but I didn't want it to be James Bond. I wanted to be Pierce Brosnan, and I was like, how cool would it be to be the actor, to play out all these things and be excited. It would be exciting to play the super spy instead of actually being the super spy that is Bond. So yeah, I want to be Pierce Brosnan. So that sort of was the first indication that I kind of maybe had a different relationship with movies than my peers, you could say. And so that kind of got strengthened with The Matrix, and I really realized that movies can help change someone's perspective on life in general. And it really cemented my love of movies and how this is what I wanted to do in the future. And so went to school. One of my degrees was in telecommunications, specializing in video production. I graduated and started looking into how do I get started in the industry? How do I get my foot in the door? And people were telling me to either A, pack up my stuff, move out to LA, and apply for production assistant jobs, and probably just run coffee for ages. But maybe you'll get your big break that way. And I thought that was a bit insane and kind of ridiculous. So the other option that people got was to max out kind of credit cards, find local people to create something with, pay to apply to film festivals, pay to travel around to them, and then maybe if you're very lucky, get bought up by a Netflix or an HBO or something like that. And again, that sounded like an insane option to me. And so I was thinking about, in 10 to 20 years, what does that ideal multimedia platform look like? What are we going to use to fund creators? What are creators going to use to distribute their content? What are they going to be using to monetize their content? What are they going to be using to network with each other? And I was pretty confident that's all going to be consolidated into one platform that we use to kind of meet all of the creative needs of creators and their fans alike. And so that's really where I started thinking about ArtBot and this royalty crowdfunding system, a way for creators to get funded, but also give their fans a kind of piece of the pie a more democratic way to handle monetization and sponsorships and kind of really everything that is involved in the creative process. So you can get a little bit of a preview of that. Right now we have that up at artbot.tv. There's a bit of a demo marketplace that we have built out that kind of gives you an idea of what the plans are for the future. But again, what we're focusing on right now is our Let's Make a Movie campaign, where anyone and everyone can come in and vote on their favorite movie idea. We'll make it. Once the movie gets made, 100% of the revenue is going to go back to the people that helped us make it happen. Whether you just voted on the movie, whether you financially supported the movie, or even whether you were an actor, a voice actor, a director, an animator, whatever it might be, everyone that participates and helps us out is going to get a piece of the pie, essentially. So if you've ever wanted to be involved in the movie, or if you've just been curious about maybe what goes on behind the scenes, or maybe just looking for some sort of creative project to get involved with, this is the perfect option. You don't need to have filmmaking knowledge. You really just need to have an opinion. And so it starts off with voting on your favorite movie idea. To go over them again really quickly, we have The Birth of Io, The ArtBot, Ninja Cats, The Last Humans, and Saving AI. So with The Birth of Io, that's kind of our logo character that you see up on in our profile page. So about a sentient robot born of two junkyard robots travels to Earth after being inspired by movies to help a girl save her apartment building by putting on a great show. And so the idea is just that, a bit of an example of what we're trying to do with ArtBot in general is use technology as a way to help creators and have them more easily kind of pursue their passions. But this girl's in these kind of struggling apartment buildings, and they're about to be demolished for gentrification purposes, and Io and this girl, they decide they're going to put on a great show to basically save the apartment building. Going to kind of have some Pixar vibes, a bit of a movie. Next we have Ninja Cats, about two lifelong friends and apprentice ninja cats take different paths in life after the brutal massacre of their sensei and dojo. And so this is about two ninja cats, two kind of start off as, we'll see them as kids, and they kind of come from different walks of life. We have one who's in a long line of ninjas, ninja cats. Father was a ninja, grandfather's a ninja, great-great-grandfather's a ninja, etc., etc. And so they were always going to be a ninja cat. That was just kind of always what was going to happen. On the flip side, we have probably some orphan kid kind of living on the street, a bit homeless, and the sensei of the dojo comes up to him and be like, listen, we'll give you purpose, we'll train you to be a ninja, and we'll give you home, we'll get you fed, and hopefully give you purpose. And so he joins along as well. And these two ninja cats from very different walks of life kind of come together, really band together, and form a bit of an inseparable bond, and go through training together, and enjoying life. And this is kind of what they both were looking for, until they come back one day and they realize that the dojo went through a massacre, and all these people are all the people that we knew and grew up with and loved, they're all dead. And they handled that realization very differently. One, hell-bent on revenge, let's find the people who did this and get back at them. And the other just views this as a way to move on with their life, essentially, to realize, okay, well, that's a chapter of my life closed, and I just need to move on now. And so eventually the one that's hell-bent on revenge finds a way to convince the other one to follow him along in his revenge quest. And so that's the basis of the movie. It'll be interesting to see. Again, all these movies, I've got they're all my babies. I've got rough outlines for what they'll be like, but the exact script and the exact development of how it's going to go, it's going to be voted on, and we'll have different people kind of show what that is like. Lastly, we have The Last Humans, or not lastly rather, but we have The Last Humans. In a post-apocalyptic world that has been overtaken by nature, readers attack a village, and a brother escapes with his sister as they begin a mission to find a mythical city. And so, sort of a post-apocalyptic world, obviously, as I mentioned. We have, it's not going to be kind of Mad Max style. It's going to be more of a green post-apocalyptic world. We're going to have probably some oversized animals and plants that kind of seem dangerous and stuff. But, it'll be it'll be a story about a brother and sister who are a bit of outcast to a village because their mother wasn't originally from the village. She kind of came forward and did the whole thing. Hold on a second, I'm just checking something here, realizing that I didn't have my screen where it needed to be. Yeah, that should be good, I think. And so, yeah, just one of the many movie ideas that we are looking at. Again, anyone can kind of vote on their favorite movie idea. We'll make it, and then after we start making the movie, 100% of the movie's revenue will go back to the people that help make it happen. So, this is us. This is going to be a new stream series where we try to explain to people what we're trying to do, and show people exactly how we plan on going about doing it. It's a little bit tough on I'm streaming right now on Twitch, YouTube, Strovo. There's Facebook. And as well as TikTok. TikTok's kind of happening separately here because apparently you need like a stream key and stuff for TikTok, and those are hard to get. So we'll hopefully make that work. Unfortunately, the people on TikTok aren't going to be able to see the screen that I'm sharing and kind of going through the process and doing different things. But obviously, feel free to join me on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, and that should make it easier to kind of check out some of the things. But just kind of going through my plan of what we're trying to do here of democratically making a movie. So if you've ever wanted to make a movie, if you've ever thought about making a movie, this is a way to kind of get involved and get started and get involved in the process. And you don't need to have like movie making experience. All you really need to do is have an opinion. So you can vote on your favorite movie idea. That's the first thing. But after that, you can choose to vote on your favorite director, favorite voice actors, favorite animators, and will help us make this movie. Or you could just be a fly on the wall and kind of observe the process, and we'll make it anyway. But what we do need is we need people to vote on their favorite movie idea to kind of let us know what movie it is that they want to see made. Do they want to see The Birth of ArtBot made? Do they want to see Ninja Cats made? Do they want to see The Last Humans made? Do they want to see Saving AI made? It's an interesting thing. Oh, and I think I didn't explain Saving AI to some of the new people here, but Saving AI, basically that's the story of, in the future, another cyberpunk kind of world, sci-fi world, the world has adopted the metaverse in every aspect of life, and when news leaks that the first true AI is about to be created, the race is on to control it, destroy it, or rescue it. And so there's this idea that, in the future, we're all wearing headsets, we're all kind of really invested and involved in a new digital world. And so essentially, we have these evolutions of AI that are kind of appearing, and you can think of like what Alexa might be like in 5 to 10 years, and you can sort of have a conversation with Alexa these days, but no one's going to confuse her for being like a sentient being. And so but in 5 to 10 years, that's going to get that border, that line, that threshold is going to get harder to distinguish of what is sentient and what is not. And so we'll be looking to create this digital world. There's going to be these sort of imperfect AIs that are kind of service programs for humans, and we're going to have a couple different factions involved in the story. And we have these imperfect AIs, but there is news breaking of the first true AI about to be created. And as soon as that news breaks, then everyone has their own priority for what that means to them. And so some people want to destroy it, some of them want to control it, and some of them want to rescue it. And our protagonist of the story is going to be the ones wanting to rescue AI, obviously. And so kind of a merry band of misfits. This human person, the human character, kind of starts collecting these other imperfect AIs, kind of freeing them from being slaves to humans, essentially, and kind of collecting the people and bringing them together and allowing them to just be free and live their life as and however they see fit. But they do have this kind of mission to save additional digital beings and kind of free them from the chains of humanity or whatever it might be. And so when, again, news breaks of this first drag being released, then they are on a mission to save her. Save her. It's a digital being, so probably not much of a gender probably doesn't come into play too much, but sort of this fun kind of futuristic cyberpunk world. Probably half of it's going to take place in a digital world, half it's going to take place in like the real world that's very advanced, and we're just going to have, it's going to be one of these kind of multiple plotline stories that kind of all intermingle and eventually kind of come together in a bit of a climactic moment. And so again, have sort of rough outlines for all these movie ideas. They're all kind of my babies. Some of them I've been thinking about for over 10 years, but they're not set in stone. And so if you vote on your favorite movie, and once we choose one, then people will be able to sort of influence the movie's direction. You can vote on script ideas, you can vote on favorite director, vote on your favorite actor, and kind of influence the movie's direction. You know, if you have concept art that you want to submit, then that's great. But ultimately, we are democratically making a movie, and so this year that I'm going live right now is a new series for. I'm going to be launching, just kind of walking people through what it's going to take to launch this campaign, build the community, get people excited about creating a movie together. Again, it's unfortunate for the people on TikTok because I can't share my desktop there yet until TikTok allows me to share my screen, or until they allow me to do desktop streaming. Who knows exactly when that will be, though. So for the time being, it's just going to be you and me here on TikTok, just real intimately. But for the people on Twitch and YouTube, you'll be able to see my screen here, kind of go through the process of what it's going to take. And so we're just setting out a plan right now, basically. Here I took inventory, so we have a nearly completed website that kind of explains what we're going to go through. You can see here that this is a bit of the website that we're talking about, just a way to kind of raise funds for the movie idea, and people can vote on the movie idea as well. I should probably log into Discord to show you guys as well. I'll do that in a bit, but here we have, this is our kind of a demo marketplace that we got going on. You'll be able to see, this is kind of what our plans for the future are, as far as creating a bit of a full marketplace, ability for anyone and everyone to sorry, let me just move something over here. Ability for anyone and everyone to upload their own content, to monetize it, to view it, comment on it, etc., and do all the good stuff. Again, for the people on TikTok, you can check it out, or what I'm talking about, on ArtBot.tv, where you can also get a Discord invite super easily, and join the community, and vote on your favorite movie idea. Again, that's the very first step that we're asking everyone to do. Vote on your favorite movie idea. Once we get to our first 1,000 votes, we're going to settle on a movie idea, and then we're actually going to start making it. So if you've ever had an interest in movie making, or just kind of curious about the process, if you just want to be a fly on wall and watch us make the movie, then we more than welcome you. We just ask that you vote on your favorite movie idea. Just let us know what movie you want to see. But if you do want to vote on script ideas, if you want to vote on actors, if you want to vote on directors, we more than welcome you, and to do all of that. And again, at the very end of this whole process, once we do make the movie and we start monetizing it, 100% of the revenue is going to go back to the people that helped us make it happen. Whether you just voted occasionally or just voted the first time on the favorite movie idea, or whether you are, an actual actor, voice actor, director, whatever, or whether you actually financially supported the movie, everyone's going to get a cut of the revenue. And again, we're not making any profit on this. This is for 100% of the revenue is going to go back to people that help us make it happen. We're just using this as a way to build up the community, show people what we're trying to do with ArtBot. Also, I've always wanted to make movies, and so this is kind of something that I've always wanted to do on my own end as well. If you guys ever have any questions, just let me know. You can reach out to me. I'm just trying to see here. Should be good times. But so we got the inventory, nearly completed website, 750 registered users. We're going to put forward at least $5,000 for the movie budget. At the very, very least, we'll be able to get together some sort of short film together and get that created. But it is going to be a bit of a crowdfunding campaign as well, so we expect that to grow. and ideally, be able to make a full length movie. The ideal, pie in the sky goal is that I want to get to the point where we can have an in-person premiere at a movie theater. Probably not going to be like on Hollywood Drive or anything like that. Probably just going to be maybe something local to me. I'm in Indiana, by the way. If anyone else is in Indiana, hello fellow Hoosiers. But yeah, getting convincing one theater to show our movie and have a bit of an in-person premiere, that's the dream. We'll see if we get there. I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic, but at the very least, we're going to have a $5,000 budget to make this movie. So if you're interested in screenwriting or voice acting, directing, whatever, we're going to have paid positions in the very near future to get this movie made. Again, still the very, very first step is voting on a movie idea to make sure we know what movie idea we're going to be moving forward with. We really want everyone's input on what that is and kind of get that going. So yeah, inventory, we have cool designs for new front end that's not necessarily relevant to you all. Got some great movie ideas. At least I think they're great movie ideas. They're kind of like my own little babies that I've been thinking about for ages. We have a lot of movie related concept art. Again, that's with regards to the Discord. I don't know if I should be logging in here on stream like that. Let's see if I can move this over. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's see here. I believe that's just. Alright, I think we are good to go here. Let's bring you in. Okay. Alright, so yeah, people on Twitch and YouTube can check out the Discord now. But basically, we got a bunch of kind of concept art for the movie. You can see some of the ninja cats here and some of the saving AI concept art. A lot of cool stuff, and this goes on for ages and ages of different art that people have kind of created with regards to what we're trying to build here. And so yeah, this is all really cool stuff. And again, for people on TikTok, you can check out the Discord or join the Discord. There's a link in our profile. You can also just visit artbot.tv and get a direct link right there really quickly. And yeah, that's where the official poll is happening, to where you can vote on your favorite movie idea and get notified of everything that goes on that way. But anyway, loads and loads and loads of cool concept art there. That we also have to work with. So and AI tools, Midjourney is pretty cool. I know AI art is in a bit of a hot topic these days. Not necessarily everyone's in love with, but I think we can use it as an additional tool, and not necessarily what I have delved into with AI art is it's not going to replace artists, not yet at least. I think unfortunately. It might to a certain extent, but I think you're still ultimately going to need artists, or artists are going to be the ones that are most able to utilize this new tool, essentially, and treat it like that. It's sort of the same thing that happened when special effects went from being practical to being digital. Yeah, I mean, digital special effects put a lot of the practical special effects people out of business, but a lot of those practical special effects people made the transition to digital, and they were, generally speaking, the better digital special effects people. And so if you are an artist and you're afraid of what AI art is going to do to the industry, my best piece of advice is to embrace it and to just learn the tools, introduce that into your own repertoire, because at least for a little bit still, you're going to have AI create cool looking things, but you're probably ultimately going to need a human at the very end to kind of fine tune the edges, chuck it into Photoshop and to make it look a little bit nicer and better. And so yeah, that's my best advice to new artists out there that are kind of afraid of what the future of AI art holds. But we do have these tools on our own Discord that allows you to easily create content or concept art for any of the movie ideas just by typing in a prompt. So you don't need to be an illustrator or have any sort of artistic talent, but if you've got an idea for what the movie's like vibe is going to be like, some world setting, etc., feel free to play around with Midjourney on our Discord, kind of create some concept art for it, and yeah, that'll give you a way to creatively give your input to the project. So, but let's make a movie plan. So we're gonna start streaming every day. That's what this is gonna be a part of. We're gonna create a short form video for some of the other websites, kind of Instagram Reels, and obviously TikTok as well. And so yeah, that's part of the plan. I'm gonna stream and post to different sites. So the main ones are gonna be YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Product Hunt, Facebook, Discord, etc. And yeah, should be exciting times. And so first thing is to build a community, get votes, and start making the movie. And that's kind of what we're looking at. As far as what the to-do list is looking like, kind of sort of a similar list, but just kind of set in different ways. But streaming every day, A, post to all the socials, B, email marketing. And so that's something that I'm going to be running through, I think tomorrow, will show people what exactly that email marketing is going to look like for us. But yeah, we're going to use a product called SendGrid, I believe. I'll double check that. But we're going to use SendGrid to kind of create these email marketing campaigns, send them out to people, and see who all is interested. So if you're interested in what that's going to look like, tune in tomorrow. Again, if you're on TikTok, unfortunately they're not going to let me share my screen, so share my desktop screen. So try to find us on YouTube or Twitch. Everything is just kind of ArtBot TV or ArtBot.tv. It should be relatively easy to search. I don't think there's going to be many ArtBots in general. So you can find us on there. We got Twitter and stuff like that too. You can kind of find all these things. And yeah, let me see here. What else? Apply to more accelerators and VCs, classic fundraising stuff, something that I've got some experience in. So happy to share any of my thoughts when we get to that. I'll go through some of the process of what that looks like on stream as well. And then ultimately, just generally speaking, reach out to creators / animators, filmmakers, people that are generally just interested in making a movie. And so yeah, we're gonna kind of get started in earnest tomorrow. This is more of just an introduction and planning stage, kind of letting people know what we're trying to do, what the expectations are, how we're gonna get people, grow the community, get people involved, and should be a fun time. So again, I've got pulled up here all the different things that we're gonna be using. This is one of the VCs or whatever that we're gonna be applying to. Twitter, got a post on here. Actually, I probably should have done that already. I think I did post something. Yeah. So this guy seems to be going. Instagram here, kind of some more explanation about what we're trying to do here. Reddit, gonna be posting to Reddit. Product Hunt, TikTok. You got YouTube and Twitch here. TikTok, got YouTube and Twitch here. Got some TikTok, Inception stuff going on here. YouTube and Twitch go ahead and exit out of that. And okay. Streamlab. Streamlab is what I'm using to do all the multi-streaming, kind of make my life easier when it comes to the streaming. On Trovo as well. Let's see here. I don't know how to use Trovo. Whatever, figure that out later. MBCA, kind of one of the ways to find investors. There's Crunchbase as well, which I'm looking at least trying their free, trying out their free starter trial, and I'll put that on stream as well. We can kind of go through that process, see what that's like. Let's see, we have, this is OpenVC, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is another website, allows you to reach out to other investors and see what's good there. And lastly, Discord. Discord, not much of a outward-facing social media platform, but this is where we're going to be doing a lot of our community building, getting people excited about what we're trying to do here. So, again, please vote on your favorite movie idea. We're looking forward to you joining the Discord. Links of it in the profile. You can also just visit our website, artbot.tv, and check out what more is going on there. I guess I've been live for a full hour now. I was gonna tell myself I was gonna do it for an hour. Yeah, I think generally these live sessions are gonna last at least an hour long. They're probably gonna be a little bit more productive generally. I'm gonna try to figure out how to best handle the TikTok. I wonder if I just go ahead and share my screen like this. I don't know how well that works. It's a little sus. I don't know. I'll need to sort it out. I'll figure that out, and I don't know, because it's a shame that I can't stream through TikTok, or at least from my desktop. I can't stream my desktop to TikTok quite yet. I'll need to get approved for their streaming service, something like that. But until then, it's just probably just gonna be a picture of my mug and trying to lead people to one of the other streaming websites, which I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna work, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, I think that basically covers everything I want to chat about today. Again, appreciate everyone, and I'm probably gonna head out here. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'm trying to think what the best way to do that is. I mean, the best way is to reach out to me through Discord, definitely. So join the Discord, vote your favorite movie, ask me any questions you got. Any of the social media platforms as well that we're on, you can go ahead and reach out to me there as well. We're basically on everything. Username's ArtBot or ArtBot TV on everything. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon. If not, have a great day, and I appreciate it all. Take care. Thanks. Oh, I guess I'm still live in these other places, so I will do this, ending stream soon. You good?